Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Draw and Yap. I'm joined by my lovely guest here. Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell the folks your name, what kind of content you make, and how long you've been streaming for?
Hello, I'm Baranzar Cobral, though please feel free to call me Cobral. I know the first name's far too elaborate and complicated. As for what kind of content creator I guess variety streamer might be the right word. Though I play a lot of Warhammer stuff, Warhammer adjacent things. Massive Warhammer nerd. Um, be very careful bringing it up. I will yap far too about it. But yeah, otherwise I tend to sort of play a variety of games. A lot of Total War, but I've recently been dipping my hands in some other stuff here and there. For Honor, a bit of Dead by Daylight, but bits and bobs. Just trying stuff out a bit.
And how familiar are you with sort of VTubing in the wider community? Is this like just an anonymity thing, or are you more of a hardcore fan?
I suppose it's a bit of both in a way. For a long time, I wanted to try and get into content creation, right? I wanted to try and just give it a go because it looked cool. When I was growing up, I grew up watching like Yogscast and things. I always thought that looked really cool, but I never quite knew how to do it. And then as I got older, I was like, ooh, I don't really want my face on show. And then I encountered VTubing. I feel like it was, did I see a Snuffy video one time back in 2020? I was like, oh, this is new. And then down the rabbit hole I went, and then some time later I thought I'd give streaming a shot, and then liked it, and so I thought, oh, we'll go down the VTuber rabbit hole. And then here we are, down the VTuber rabbit hole, along with most of my feed. So I suppose I started out as an anonymity thing, and kind of also end up watching a lot of other VTubers. So
Nice.
bit of both.
So how did you come up with this very beautiful and elaborate design that you have now?
Thank you. For me, so I it was a weird one. So it wasn't my original design actually. So I had a different look originally, but it was sort of a safer bet, if you like. And then I kind of decided that, you know what, I'm gonna go for something more out there. And I was looking around. I was like, there's a lot of demons around in VTubing, you know? I was a demon. I was like, is there any angels? Turns out, yes, there's a few. I discovered them later. But as a matter of fact, and I eventually just went, you know what? I kind of want to be an angel, but I want to be my own kind of angel. I don't want to quite just go down the traditional angel look. And so I did a little little dabbling, and I saw a few different angel designs. One that inspired me quite a bit was a design for an angel people in a game called Arknights, actually. And they have like kind of the kind of energy kind of wings, like briefly, like these sort of thing. And I kind of liked that idea, and I thought, what if I add some cyberpunk into it, and thus the idea of a cyber angel was born. Add a few feather bits here and there, and here we are.
Nice.
That's the abridged version of it, certainly.
Uh, what's something that you love seeing in like other VTuber designs? Like, kind of like what sort of like when you look at like a VTuber design, just kind of scrolling through like through social medias or whatever. What makes you like stop and go like, ooh, what's this about? What's all this then?
I think. Ooh, it varies a lot, honestly. I think if I see something like kind of a good example. So I'm a big lover of sort of muted colors with one big popping color. So if there's anything like where there's a really nice popping color on something, let's say a really nice red against like a black and white, or just like a really like distinct eye, like something like really just sort of grabs my attention really quick. That's especially like you'll see some like really sort of striking like kind of sort of black sort of eye with like a really strong color on it or something. I don't know, stuff like that's really kind of takes my attention really fast.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I've grown an appreciation for character design, and I've had to do a bit myself. So I always like to notice like there's like, oh, that's a very particular detail. Especially like actually another one actually any kind of like cyborg bits. I'm a sucker for that stuff nowadays.
Mm.
That's to be somewhat apparent, but yeah, I'm a big sucker for that sort of stuff.
Nice. So if, well, let's say you just woke up back to the day you decided to become a VTuber, and everything after that had all been just one big dream, would you want to do anything differently?
Ooh. Yes. I would have gone with my first idea, which is what this ended up being, straight away. Because I think I regretted not doing it beforehand. So I think I definitely would have gone something more closer to this sooner. Or maybe an alternative idea. But I think definitely I would have been less worried about sort of the original design idea I had sort of not working and going with something safer. I definitely would have just gone straight for, let's go kind of crazy, let's go kind of me, and not worry about it as much. I think I might have as well. I'm trying to think of anything else I'd probably do differently. Probably make more videos earlier as well, instead of just streaming. That's probably one thing that I've had to learn later, that I didn't quite suss in my head earlier. So there's probably two big things I would do differently, I suppose. I guess I'm doing what I do now, but sooner, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a good answer. What is it you like most about streaming?
Ooh, easily the viewer interaction. I love being able to see my community. I love being able to see my sinners, as I like to call them. I don't know, it's something I prefer, even with a video making. It's just like, seeing the comments nice. Always love that, but there's something about that instant interaction, just be able to look in and just sort of see people, meet people, instantly just bounce off them. I love that stuff. It's probably the thing that's kept my energy up. Even in a stream where I'm thinking, oh, I'm a bit tired now, and then I see someone in chat, and I'm like, oh, and then just that immediate burst of energy. Love that stuff.
Yeah. What's something that you wish you could do more of?
Ooh, I should do more. So I recently started doing some tabletop RPG stuff. So I wish I had more time to do more of those, honestly, because I love running them. I've sort of, as a running joke in my friend group, that I'm kind of the group DM most of the time.
Yeah, the forever DM. I'm familiar.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's been me for many years now. Many years. But I do enjoy running it as much as I always say. Maybe a player again, but I do enjoy running it. There's something just I kind of enjoy holding the cards in my hand and just kind of, the classic rolls the dice, goes interesting, and then just says nothing. Something very enjoyable about that, and having those cards to be able to hold both chest. So definitely, if I could do more of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Just they take a lot of time to plan and do stuff, but if I had the time, I would definitely try.
Yeah, for sure. What's your least favorite part about streaming?
Oh, least favorite. I think I'm thinking back to the last couple of years now. What's my least favorite part? Definitely going through analytics. My God, that has turned me just flatlined. Looking at that stuff sometimes. I've had to just not do it sometimes. The other way, you look at the numbers and you think, oh, okay, right. So I tend to just not look at stuff, but that's definitely one bit, and kind of I guess as well, that kind of, you almost like you have to in a way look at them, but you really just don't want to, because
yeah, for sure.
Even if they're good, there's always that part that goes, yeah, but it could be better. And it's like, oh no, it always ruins it midstream.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I always hide them myself.
And then if you could get somebody to do an aspect of streaming for you, you just didn't have to do it anymore, what would you want that to be?
Probably, I guess it's tangential to streaming, but any kind of highlight stuff or clips.
Yeah.
Definitely that side of stuff. I am terrible at editing. So if anyone could do that stuff for me, I would be very happy. Definitely. I don't do it enough as is, and I'm terrible at it, frankly.
Yeah. Do you think having like, a major social media presence is necessary to growth, or do you think that you can just sort of naturally grow by just like, staying on that grind every day?
I think having a large social media presence is extremely helpful. I think it would be daft of me to say, oh, if you don't have a big social media presence, doesn't matter. No, I think if you have a big one, you'll grow by just proxy of you're bringing people over from somewhere else. Like, let's say you got big on Instagram and you went over to TikTok or something, you're gonna have a crossover there. Or if you went from TikTok to YouTube or YouTube to Twitch or so on, you're gonna have fans who go on both. So you're inherently going to have a jump start there. That's someone who's brand new. Just have, really. So I definitely think it helps. At the same time, I think if you haven't already got one, I think worrying too much about it doesn't help you, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
let's say you're growing your stream, but you look at your Twitter and think, oh, that's not growing very quickly. It's like, Twitter's a weird one. I think other platforms maybe transfer, but Twitter, no, your Twitter followers, I feel like it's good to keep it up, but I don't think it's as important if you're building up. I think if you get big somewhere else, your Twitter following kind of follow up in a way. At least from what I've seen it.
You said I know you said you've been doing a lot more games recently. Is there any game that's on the top of your sort of streaming bucket list?
Ooh, I think one that's recently come out, Dawn of War Remastered. I love that game immensely. Spent many hours playing it as younger. It's an old game, like many games I like. It's an older game, but it's been remastered. That can actually run on modern systems now, so I definitely want to go through and play that on a version of it that actually runs on my computer. It's definitely something. Other than that, if they ever make another Halo ODST or something like that, very much would like to play with them if they ever do it. They probably never will. I can dream. Or, I guess the last one on that list, if they ever bring Bloodborne to PC, I will be on that so quickly. I love that game.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting a PlayStation for it.
No. Are there any games that are sort of blacklisted from your channel?
I don't think I've got anything inherently blacklisted.
This doesn't even have to be like you hate the game. It can also be like you really love the game, but you don't want to have to like worry about playing it on stream, kind of thing.
Okay. In that case, as much as I like the game, Final Fantasy 14, I don't think I'd want to stream it. I have done in the past a little bit, but I don't know if I really enjoyed streaming it that much.
Right.
It's a game I like playing with friends or like playing alone. I feel like it doesn't quite, for me, lend itself nicely to how I stream.
Yeah, okay. Totally fair.
Other than that, maybe like really fast competitive shooters, just because I find it hard to look at chat while doing this.
Yeah. Do you have an Oshi? And if so, who is/are they?
I'm not sure if I necessarily have an Oshi per se, though I definitely have a couple of VTubers that I really like, and I wish I could be in their streams more often. But time zone's always a pain. But
Yeah.
if I had to think of one straight away, Porcelain Maid, definitely.
Yep.
Love Joel.
Yep.
Cool dude. Other stuff, and was a very big inspiration for me, being myself a guy using Feel and Model. So, I saw him do it, I thought, okay, he's doing it, that's cool shit. I want to do it. So, I'd probably say Porcelain Maid. Probably followed up by Juno Practice, actually. VTuber I've watched for a long time, love her stuff, always one I come back to. Probably those two, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, very good picks. Very good picks. Do you have a dream collab partner or partners, and what would you want to do with them?
Oh, I mean, if I could ever meet either of those two, definitely, that'd be cool. As for what I do, I'd have to think, but honestly, even if it was just like going on something like we can sort of chat on while playing like Peak or something like that, or anything like that, really, where I can just sort of sit with someone and just chat with them while doing something casual. I think, honestly, unless of course someone was really into like Total War or something, then with pleasure I'd take them to that. But more likely than not, probably something more like Peak or something more.
Yeah, sure. And speaking of, what is the dream collab you'd want to watch, like as a viewer, like between two other creators?
New club I'd like to watch. Ooh, that is a Oh, there's so many I could pick from, honestly. Um, I'm struggling to think of any of like one out of the many, I guess. But like, I think anything with someone like oh, I'm so sorry, I don't think a good way to answer this. I think probably anything with like the like I suppose if I use some examples of like seeing, I always like seeing collabs that like Numi does, for example. Always like any of those collabs she does. Um, and people like the general circle always love those collabs.
Yep, yep, yep.
Just about anyone that Tara Khan collabs with, to be fair, that's another one actually. Any of those kind of collabs. I think anything like those really, like people like that. I don't know. I really enjoy just what's the word I'm looking for, like just all the good banter. I do enjoy good banter.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Who would you put on the Mount Rushmore of VTubing? Like the four VTubers that you think are like these are the four that are kind of representative of what VTubing is.
Oh, I think Iron Mouse easily, easily. I think she's more than earned the right, frankly, but also just frankly deserves it. I'd say, I'd have to pick someone from Hololive, but I feel like I couldn't. I don't know who I could pick, but probably someone from OG Hololive English. I don't know who out of them I'd pick because it could be any of them, honestly.
Sure.
But I think any of them are like, if we're talking like the Mount Rushmore of VTubing, I think it'd have to be one of them, definitely.
Yep, yep, yep.
As for the other two, that's a really hard one to say. Maybe perhaps someone like Shy Lily, potentially. I think that's someone who's really done well for themselves and really kind of shown the kind of heights one can find in the space, really.
Yep.
And started on their own accord, really. I think that's a big one. Well, as for the last one, the only person I can think of maybe for that last one, maybe someone like Project Melody. Again, someone who's been around the space for quite a while, I think, who's very well known, and I think a lot of people's first encounter with YouTuber, I think, as well. I think we probably, that's probably what I'd say. I'd say probably not a definitive answer for who from Whole Life, but I'd have to say at least, actually, maybe Coco, actually. I know she doesn't stream anymore, but that of all the people, actually, yes, no, 100%, like, really brought VTubing out to the English space, so I'd have to give it her, probably.
Yeah, all right, cool. So for someone out there who might be feeling a bit discouraged, only getting maybe 2 or 3 viewers in stream at a time, what do you think they could do to either grow past that or even just like be content with it?
So, I think, you have these streams, right, where things don't work, and it just doesn't quite do what you want it to do. Even if even for some people it happens. I think you've got to kind of remember some things are just not in your control. Like, objectively, they're not in your control. You can't make people turn up. You can't. You just, as much as I'm sure we all wish we could snap our fingers and have 1,000 concurrent immediately.
Yep.
That just doesn't happen. And I think, definitely what works for me is refocusing on what can I control? What can I do? To avoid a long rant over it, but let's say, for example, is the audio good? Audio something you can control? Is there a setting you can change? Is there something else you can do? Do you find there's an issue with the tech? Maybe let's say, if we're not VTubing here, maybe the tracking's not great. Okay, can that be improved? Is it a lighting issue? You know, think about the things that you have the power to change, and people will see you putting in the effort. And I think definitely as well, look at what you're streaming as well, because some things are more niche. Maybe if it's that particular niche community you want to be a part of, is there a Reddit for it? Are there already kind of groups around it you could become part of and endear yourselves to a bit, you know, kind of join that community more? Like I say, things that you can control, I think, is the quick answer for it, but that's what I'd say. Rather than focus on things that you can't, because you can't make them turn up, you can't decide who's going to find your video, but you can control what you do, how you do it, and how you think about it. That's what I'd say.
Nice. So beyond kind of the more obvious issues, this question was written around the Cinder drama, but like dramatic BTS behavior, or even certain corporate behavior. Beyond all of that, what do you think the VTuber community needs improvement on?
Beyond the drama, which we can all do better. Definitely on that one. But beyond that, I think, and I think with this, I think what we probably call, I think something definitely as a community, definitely be better with, I think is realize we don't have to limit ourselves to just being one type of creator. VTubing is a label, but it's not the only thing that you are. You're a VTuber, but what else do you do? Do you live stream? Okay, great. Do you make videos? What do you make videos about? Do you make videos that relate to your live streams? No. Do you do other forms of content, like shorts, other little bits? And just remember, you're not just a streamer. Like, a lot of the longest running VTubers are streamers, but you don't have to be a streamer to be a VTuber. It is a non-mutually exclusive thing. You can have multiple labels to you.
Right.
Multiple hats. And I think a lot more people should try it. But, you know, use the avatar like you. So don't be afraid to hide it sometimes. You know, let's say if you look at perhaps not the best example community, but let's say commentary or like a video essay. The person won't always be on screen. I'd say don't be afraid to duck your model. I'm guilty of this. I've had my model on over the top of things, even when sometimes I should probably hide it to show what I'm trying to talk about. And I think it's okay to do that sort of thing. You're still a VTuber doing that. You're just using your model in a similar way to the person uses their face.
Yep.
So that's probably one I'd say definitely be improved on. I'm guilty of that as well, so I need to improve that too.
Do you have any experience with conventions? And if so, what kind of are you a big convention head, or are you more of a like what's sort of your experience with them?
I admit myself, I'm not much of a convention goer. I'm a bit of a shut-in sometimes. Not entirely, but I am a liker of smaller numbers of people around me. Streaming is one of the few times where I feel like I feel comfortable being sociable around a lot of people, whereas I think most times for me, I like to kind of be somewhere a bit more quieter normally.
Right, yeah, okay.
So I can't say I've really gone to a lot, but certainly wouldn't mind with some friends potentially down the road. Not against the idea entirely, but I can't say I'm much of a goer at the minute. But Never say never.
And then, if you ever given the opportunity to, would you ever want to do a meet and greet? And also, how would you want to go about doing that? Would you want to be like the live in person thing, or would you want to just go for like the screen with VTube Studio on it, and you kind of just interact with people that way?
I think I definitely like to do the screen way. Probably be my most comfortable way. But if I ever got to the point where I got the confidence to do it in person, I'd certainly like to do it in person.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if I'm thinking realistically how I feel at the moment, probably the screen way would be the way I'd want to do it at the minute. But again, never say never to an in-person one day.
Sure, sure. Um, uh, how am I gonna go about it?
And the wings, yes, they are.
I have a process. I think I know what I'm doing here. And then we're going to do bring that down a little bit, bring that up a little bit.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Now we're fucking cooking with gas.
Hell yeah.
This is kind of a more basic interview question, but where do you think you'd like to be in like a year or 5 years time?
In 5 years' time. Ooh. Always the 5-year plan. I think for me, I'd like to be at a point where I've got a fairly sort of stable kind of schedule of what I'm doing, and have sort of a semi-organized plan of when I'm releasing stuff. So be it like a video project, be it sort of when I'm doing certain kinds of stream, and just I think I'd like to be more in an organized position, and probably I certainly hope to be continuing to grow in the years, and hopefully grow not only numbers wise but also just as a person, as a streamer, I'd say.
And then, do you have any kind of like outlandish or maybe even like selfish, perhaps, goals for yourself? Anything that's kind of just like you really, really just want this one thing to happen?
Ooh, I think I'd love to do like to run a one shot or something with a lot of the streamers and content creators that I've enjoyed watching over the years. I'd love to run a one shot, like to run it for them. Like I don't know, there's something just that'd be really nice to be able to do that. There's a little bit of a give back to them, but also as a kind of, I just think it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Something I could always point back to and go, I ran that. That was cool.
And then, do you? What is your sort of hottest VTuber take?
Ooh, my hottest VTuber take. I think my hottest VTuber take is if the only thing you do is post on Twitter, you're not gonna get anywhere. Probably should start actually making things people want to watch, because Twitter meltdowns aren't watchable. They're just kind of awkward.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So now, next up is a lightning round. I will give you various kinds of VTuber content, and I want you to just give me your quick gut reaction about each kind, both in terms of making that content and also in terms of just that content in general.
All right.
Okay. First things first, reaction videos, reaction content.
Oof. I have very mixed feelings on it. I've definitely mixed feelings on it. Part of me wants to maybe do some here and there. Part of me worries it's stealing.
Music covers.
If I could ever get my asthma under control enough, I'd love to do so. Especially of something like Bury the Light from DMC5. I'd love to be able to pull that off, but I need to get my lungs in better control to do that.
And then moving on from that, original music.
It's a similar case, I think, as to the last one, but I definitely would love to be able to do it. I'm just never been very good at writing, so writing a song would be an interesting exercise, but I would love to do one day.
And then various like athons, like the donathons, the subathons, followathons, those kinds of things.
They're definitely something I've been thinking about. I'm just never sure when to do them, really. I know some people tend to do like on anniversaries or birthdays. I've just never felt like the time's been right yet. But they're definitely on my radar, and maybe one day. Maybe for like, but I would like to make them rare. I don't want to do them too often.
Sure, sure. Next up is the gaming categories. So we have competitive games, like anything that has like a ranked mode, or anything that's like like League or Dota, or like first person shooters, those kinds of things.
I think League and Dota I will keep away from like with a barge pole, but
Smart.
anything sort of shooter wise, I'd love to get back to somewhere close to where I was when I was younger and was far more capable of doing shooters. Whether I'll ever get there is a different question.
Fair. Speedrunning content.
I think if I ever found something that I adored enough where I could sit down and somehow theory craft that, I'd love to. I love watching it. Whether I'd be any good at it is a different question. I can't say I've ever really attempted it, so I'd love to at some point.
Yeah. Challenge runs, like your Nuzlocks, playing through the game with only one kind of item or like weapon or something like that. Those kinds of things.
Love them. I have been having thoughts about doing some. So I definitely, near future, would like to do some, to be honest.
And then the unfortunately dubbed friend slop genre.
The friend slop jump. I keep getting games, and then no one's playing them. I own Lethal Company. I've not played a single minute of it.
Yep.
But maybe one day I'll get on the friend slop at the right time before it slops off for the next one.
Like full playthroughs of games.
I've done a few here and there. Some more successfully than others. Mostly Total War campaigns, but occasionally other games too. Like Halo and that kind of stuff. But I've occasionally attempted to do Souls-like playthroughs. Those have gone dubiously well at times. I'm still stuck in Caelid.
Yep.
Maybe forever will be, who knows? I might one day go back and deal with Razan. One day.
And then that's the lightning round all done. And then last thing, this is kind of just a sort of layup from the kind of Vshoujo drama and stuff like that. Do you think that the concept or idea of like working for an agency has been kind of burned forever for you, or do you think you would ever want to accept working for an agency?
Oh, agencies. I've had a lot of thoughts about agencies. I like a lot of ideas with what they do.
Yep.
And I think there's a place for agencies. I really do. I don't think they are going. I just think there's a real lack of trust in them. I think it's valid. I think Vshoujo, Niji, VLO is one of them, I think. There's been a few, hasn't there? And they've all kind of fell over in some regard or have done stuff that's just been terrible, frankly.
Yep.
But I think there's definitely a lot of good ones. You've got your Hollows, your Phase Connects, that definitely, I think, prove it can work. But I think, especially with Vshoujo, there was a lot of ambition, but not necessarily the right chops to manage that ambition with realism.
Right.
And obviously, as we've seen, it's bit them.
Yep.
And I think honestly, an agency is good, and the idea of Vshoujo is good. The idea of you keep your IP, because I must admit, I would never work for anyone who wouldn't let me do that. I love my IP far too much. I wouldn't sell it for the world, and I wouldn't drop it for the world either. So it would have to be that kind of negotiation, and I know a lot of them don't do that. So
yeah,
that the most part, for me, it's probably going to be a no-go, and I'm not a conventional tuber, so I don't imagine a lot of them be too interested in reaching out to me, but if they ever do, it's got to be an IP keep, otherwise it's a no from me, and that's definitely a me thing, but I think they have a place, they have a reason, and I think a lot of people have been helped by agencies, but I think it depends on the person, and I think it also depends on who's running that agency.
Right.
So I think the wrong people, well, we've seen it goes really badly, but the right people running an agency, well, I don't think Apollo and Faye is going to do it anytime soon, so
Yep.
it definitely can be done.
And those are all of my written out questions. So as per usual with Drawing Up, I'd like to give the interviewer mic over to my guest and allow them to ask me a few questions if they would like.
Oh, sure. I suppose to sort of turn back on you, really. What kind of got you into VTubing?
I think I don't want to say always, but I've very much been a fan of wanting to make content on the internet. I think where you had Yogscast, I had Achievement Hunter back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that I never really wanted to do like face cam stuff either. I tried streaming like a little bit back in 2018. That didn't really end up going anywhere. And then I think it was Corone was the one who I saw where I was like, oh, like people are just like doing this like for real? Because I thought, because I was just like an AI, like whatchamacallit, she was like a Vocaloid kind of thing with that.
I get you.
Yeah.
Like a Miku, Miku type sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, but I saw Corona doing it, and I was like, oh shit, this is like a thing that people can like do. So I got a model, perhaps a little bit too early, I'll be honest. I'm very happy with this model, but I probably didn't need to get it when I got it.
Oh, I know the feeling. I did it for a little bit about a model myself, but I was like, I really want a model.
Yeah.
I just went and got one.
And I think I started in like 21, and then I for some reason I just didn't feel like I didn't want to keep it up, because it just felt like I wasn't getting anywhere, funnily enough. And so I just I stopped for a bit, and then I came back pretty significantly this year, and now I've been just oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, I've been pretty significantly this year. I've been trying to work my thing again, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. I guess with the next one, a very sort of poignant part of the stream, I guess. What gave you the idea for this, actually?
So it was a combination of things. It was first and foremost there was this one line from an iDubbbz video where he had I think H3 on, and he would interview his friends and kind of do a comedians in cars thing.
Okay.
And the line, he said this line that was this is why I decided to do the show, was that that's too big, because I can have my guests talk and answer all my questions and stuff, and I could just chill and eat the whole time.
Okay.
And so when I tried just regular art streaming, it was awful. It's word vomit that I just spew out the whole time. It's bad. So I had the idea of hey, I've been kind of talking with and like collabing with a few peeps recently, and why don't I just like get them on and ask them about like stuff? And since they're all content creators, they all. This is gonna sound a bit mean, but I don't mean it like that. They all like talking about themselves, so it's a kind of a win-win for everybody.
Hey, I mean, why not? Why not? Hey,
Yeah.
exactly. Get a little chill, do smart, and then they sort of yap off your ear.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wins. Why the hell not? I suppose, actually, speaking of art, as I'm always interested in character design, what made you pick the stuff you picked for your current model?
So, the face and the hair is mostly how I have been drawing myself for like forever. Like the facial hair especially, and like the kind of the hairstyle is just how I've been doing me for a while. The outfit is mostly inspired by like Disgaea, very much like the fluffy jacket with like
Oh yeah.
the collar and stuff like that. And then the turtleneck is a reference to Archer,
Oh right, yeah.
because he loves his tactical turtlenecks, and so yeah, that's where I got the idea for that. And then the horns are
That's quite cool.
I don't know why I decided to make them like kind of glass and see through. I think it was people like the first thing people always say is lava lamp, which I think is very funny because I didn't think of it as like a lava lamp at the time. I think it was always a crystal, and then the inside was the Kirby Crackle from Marvel Comics.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
and so that's all the pieces to that puzzle, I suppose.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
I guess is there anything that I suppose to flip on onto you really, is there anything that you thought, ooh, I'd like to try this one day?
Um, I think. I know that I did. Yeah, I did a full playthrough of Dragon Quest XI with my buddy Squiddy, and we had a really fun time doing that. And I think I would like to be able to play all of the Disgaea games all the way through, but that's sort of like the catalyst for the what games you wouldn't want to play question is that like
Ah,
it is a little bit difficult just because they are games you have to like really grind in.
oh, I
And
know the feeling.
yeah, and I do love that about them. I do. It's just that, man, you really have to like put the time into those games in order to actually have like a full like playthrough that you don't immediately just like die and lose on the whole time.
I guess it's the problem with like open world stuff, isn't it? Where you kind of think, oh, are people gonna want to, like, especially from a streaming side of things, like, are people gonna want to watch you or someone playing the less interesting parts of open worlds? Because let's be honest, some open worlds are just very open, but to a point where nothing happens in them.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's got a lot of that. So also, like, some people probably like watching the grind, but as you say, some people probably aren't as huge on it.
Yeah, I've been trying to like put together kind of like almost like a Nuzlocke run in a way of that game because you can make your own you can like make your own like generic units and stuff like that in the game, and I thought, hey, it might be fun if we like we named it after viewers or like chatters or something like that, and then oh no, they fucking bit it.
I get you. It's quite common in XCOM as well. So,
Yeah.
someone donates or says hi, or somebody just grab the name, smack them in there, run them too far, and pray that XCOM doesn't decide to be mean to them on the first mission.
Yep.
Which it will,
Mm-hmm.
as it should. I did a little bit of that myself a while back. Fortunately, the older well, enemy unknown, I want to say, didn't like me too much while streaming it, but
Ah.
I tried. I tried, and I'm terrible at XCOM 2, because I am a terrible case of I like to go nice and slowly with things. That game says, no, speed up. Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm terrible under a timer. I suppose as well, do you think if you were to go back to when you first started, like in good old 2021, do you think you'd do anything differently?
I think I would just keep doing it. I think this show would be a bit harder to start out with, because I was very fortunate enough to be in contact with some other VTubers to actually come on the show just like straight off the bat. But I think, while not necessarily like it would be like harder, I think it would be a bit more difficult of a sell for this show. Starting, like, if I was like starting out.
I get you. Kind of like you're a new face, you're a new person. Like, and there's always that kind of like, oh, who's this person? But there's always that kind of the worry, isn't there? Like, is someone going to think, oh, are they worried I'm just trying to use them or something? Or
Oh, that's been the worry though this whole time. I've felt so guilty about like these really nice like creators with like in like the kind of thousands of like followers and stuff that are like coming on, and I'm like, ugh. I genuinely want to be chill with you guys, please. I know they don't think that because everyone has been very super nice and pleasant this whole time, but I just,
exactly, you get that feeling. I mean, I must admit, I always get very cautious when I get a DM. I think when I was looking, I think when I saw yours, I was like, I was looking, I thought, what's this? I was like, oh, thank God they're not an art bot. Thank God. Okay. Because I'm not gonna lie, I locked down my DMs.
Yeah.
It's just, you have to. It's the amount of random art bots of like, hey, do you want to DM, like, want to commission me? Like, no, I don't want to commission you. I don't know who you are. Every other day.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And on Discord. God, it was so bad on Discord. And I never quite understand it. Like, do they actually get sales doing that stuff?
I can't imagine they do, because like I've never like thought about, hey, you know what, this person well, I haven't been getting many like art commissions or whatever. This person, I'm just gonna ask them if they want it. No, that's not. I don't. Who would want? No.
Yeah, I've never met an artist who legitimately does art who's ever done that. I've never met one so far. I've had the pleasure of knowing a few so far.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
And I've never met one to do that. And the one that always gets me, they'll have like 6 or 7 different styles. Just like, am I looking at it right now?
Yeah.
And then they'll show someone's model off. I'm like, you did not make that model. I know for a fact you didn't make X model. I can find out who that person is. Who might be that? God, I think on a small. I don't know if it's much of a community improvement thing or just a community awareness thing of just, God, I hope that trend goes away.
Yeah.
I suppose actually on trend, is there a trend that you like and dislike that you comes to mind? You would wish were gone or maybe would come back?
Oh man, you're asking the wrong person. I'm not a trend follower like at all.
Honestly, I'm terrible as well. It just crossed my mind. That's one you don't like. We'll give you the easier question. You see one and you think, oh, I'm sick of seeing that. I thought I could name one I could think of quite quickly. The one where it's like the friend for friend kind of thing. It's not as common now, but I still see it. I think I wish it'd stop. It doesn't help anyone.
Yeah, kinda. Like, I wish that Twitter wasn't so the worst about like trying to get engagement on stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
Because like,
absolutely, it's all rage bait.
Yeah.
I think it's not helpful that you're paid for it as well now.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially, it's just one of the worst incentives of all the platforms that didn't need monetization. Twitter did not need.
Yeah. Because the only like people who are benefiting from that are just like these fucking dorks who just post like the most just garbage like generic stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've never been much for it. I mean, I've never been much of a social media user myself. I had a Facebook. I haven't touched that thing in, I want to say, a decade.
Mm.
With pleasure, and I will continue not to do so. I must admit, I think the only thing that's kept me on Twitter, purely, is just, it's where everyone else is.
Yeah.
It's like the town square, if you like.
Mm.
That's, like, I think, the only thing that kept me.
Because I would have no idea how to contact like VTubers otherwise if it wasn't for. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. And it's not like there's anywhere else really where everyone is. I mean, some people on Blue Sky, but not everyone. Well,
Not
many people.
everyone.
I
yeah.
don't fancy digging through Tumblr.
Tumblr is not a site that is made for people to get any kind of famous on there. It is purely a just like a posting what you're thinking about site, and not a posting to get people to notice something site.
That's fair. That's fair. I suppose what I was curious about is what if I was like on Discord servers? Do you have one? Do you use one? What do you thoughts on it?
I don't have a Discord server. I thought about it for a bit of like making one for the show where I could just like have people like hop into like calls for interviews, but I'm like then I'd have a bunch of people, and then like there would be kind of this like almost like pressure to like engage with people on the thing. I'm in way too many Discord servers right now because like everybody like feels like they have to have one, and I have too many. I'm in too many.
Yeah, they're hard to keep up with, aren't they? I have that same issue. I'm in a few myself, and I have to kind of group them. Do I engage with all of them? No. No,
Yeah.
Not even slightly. I'm terrible. I join them. I might say hi every now and then. Otherwise, I'm a ghost. I'm terrible.
I have joined 15 new Discord servers in the past month trying to like get in contact with people about stuff.
Oh god.
It is a nightmare.
Oh. Yeah, I think I've got my own, and it's mostly for my community, so they know when I'm live, and I try and engage with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's as good as I've been, and even then, sometimes I'm not always the best at engaging. I'll be doing all kinds of stuff, and one day I'll sit there thinking, have I said anything in Discord this week? Oh, I should probably say something in Discord. They know I'm alive.
Yeah.
Unless I'm streaming, it is pretty much I'm a ghost in that thing. For better or worse. But I think that's the only thing I've really found that's been helpful, just because it doesn't suppress you. I think that's the only thing I've found with it, that it doesn't, like, Twitter, like, for example, like if I ever go live, the reason I have Twitter as one of the things I use to stream from, essentially, isn't because I'm expecting viewership on Twitter. It's because Twitter will constantly say I'm live. Because otherwise it just suppresses the link and stuff, so I just figured, okay, I've got Twitter, I'll use it to tell people I'm live.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they'll find their way to YouTube or Twitch that are far better for the viewing experience.
Yeah.
You know, if they still typed, I've got a multi-stream, I still see it, but I think more likely than not, most people who want to stick around are probably going to go to one of those two.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
not really dabbled much of other platforms. Out of curiosity, do you stick with Twitch mostly, or have you considered or have dabbled with multi-stream?
I mostly just use Twitch. I upload my VODs onto YouTube, but I do. for kind of not safe for work content, because I do interview not safe for work artists, because I think they have very interesting opinions on like making content and stuff. So when I do that, and sometimes the drawings might get a little spicy, I will sometimes stream to Pixel,
Oh, right, yeah.
because they do not mind that on there.
Okay, okay.
Um, yeah.
That's like very much someone who would probably describe themselves as a YouTuber, potentially. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I was like, I hear that label thrown around a lot, and it's like, some people's like, kinda, but I feel like it's overused, really. There's definitely... There's most people who get it labeled that there probably aren't. There's a small, tight-knit community around who probably would fit it.
Yeah, like a Cottontail definitely is considered one. I think people who just like kind of talk about like lewd stuff on stream is a little bit of a stretch. But yeah.
Yeah, I think I know for myself. If I ever think about someone like that, I think Cottontail or Project Melody are the two that cross mind immediately.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a VTuber agency recently that started that was all YouTubers, I believe, like a mistake. I saw it somewhere, but it's been a hot minute. It's like a mistake. But I suppose, actually, yes, that's an easy jumping point. What are your thoughts on that kind of content?
I think it is entirely like any like the negative aspects of it are entirely like over sensationalized. I think it is like I said, I've spoken to like artists and stuff like that, and like it's not like some kind of like weird depraved thing. It's just like it's just how they like expressing like whatever. There's no the sort of like attachment to any of like their art, particularly in terms of like making some more like taboo subjects and stuff like that. There's no like it's all just like for the same reason that I like drawing VTubers and stuff like that. It's all just kind of like it's what people like doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd have to agree. It's like I think they get a bad rep, and they shouldn't, because it's perfectly valid.
Yeah.
Valid creative content, honestly, and I think sure you can label people who like it a gooner, so to speak, but I just think, well, people like what they like, and I mean, they're on a platform that's frankly doing a better job than Twitch sometimes at separating out stuff from younger people anyway. They've gone somewhere else where there is a gated barrier, and often the better to split off stuff. And if they do Twitch as well, normally most of those people are also really good adherents to a terms of service. It's very rare I hear someone who does both those things getting banned on Twitch because they know the rules of Twitch and stick with it.
Yeah.
They go to their other platform to do the stuff that they want to do there. And I think I'd have to, from what I've heard here and there, and obviously you can say better yourself speaking with them, but I think people give them an overly bad rep. They're just cool people who want to express themselves in a unique way that some people might say is out there, but hey, let them do it. Not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
And people like it, they like it. And people say they don't like it, well, you don't have to engage with it.
Yeah.
Let's say crack onto them. If it's working for them, even better. As they say, get that bag.
Get that bag indeed.
So loving the red energy around the arm there.
Yeah.
I have had thoughts of would any energies would come out of the arm, so I do like that.
Yeah, this is very much like a...
Has he been reading my mind? Because that was the thing I thought about.
This is very much a Winter Soldier from Marvel Rivals thing right now, though. I'll say that.
Oh, yeah, the arm does give... I did think about it the other day, like, the arm does give Winter Soldier vibes. Although I was once accused, well, not accused, certainly, but well, someone did ask me, I think they say, oh, is that design based on Ruby Rose? I was like, it wasn't actually one of the references used, but funny that they mentioned it. I do like that show. Hopefully they'll carry it on. But Actually, I suppose that's a good one. Are there any shows that you've been watching recently that you've been liking?
Honestly, I've been kind of off, like, not really on like shows very recently. I've even kind of like dropped off on reading One Piece. I feel bad about that too, but like, man, I just really don't care about these new villains, dog. I cannot bring myself to like give a shit about these guys at all.
To be fair, I feel like with One Piece, that arc will be going on for the next 10 years. You can get a summary if you're not that bothered by it. I think.
Yeah. Are you familiar with what's happening right now in?
I can't say as I am. Surprisingly enough, to some people, I don't keep up with a lot of anime myself.
Oh,
It's
me
all
neither.
very different stuff.
Yeah.
I'm terrible for that. People always say, "Oh, you're a VTuber. How do you not do that?" I'm like, I don't.
Yeah. I do
I've
not
watched,
care.
I've watched Hellsing, and Hellsing Abridged, of course.
Yeah.
I've watched a bit of DBZ and DBZ Abridged, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Love both of those. I've watched which Gundam series? I Am Blood Orphans from Gundam. Love that series. Dark as hell at points, but I love that series.
Mm-hmm.
And that is about my anime exposure, pretty much.
Yeah.
That is pretty much me.
I'm trying to
Well,
think.
I suppose one little bit I could discuss mine actually. What inspired your art style actually?
That's an excellent question. I don't think I could like point at one thing in particular. I think it because I've been doing this since I was like, I don't know, like in elementary school. So like it's kind of just all been like, just picking stuff up on like on whatever. It's really it's hard to kind of.
Okay, yeah, like a kind of a lifetime of absorbing stuff and kind of seeing different ways of doing something, and your own ways kind of just grown and developed along with.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it'd be cool, man. Honestly, I always think to myself, I wish I could do something even close to that. Honestly,
I mean, like,
I can paint models, but my God, my hand with a pencil, it just for some reason I can't do that. But I can paint a model.
I mean, look, it's a cliche, but if you pick up a pencil and just like work at it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I always really appreciated. You might have seen it. That I think PewDiePie did a video showing his like art progress over a year.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that video. Kind of watching that. I've always said one of these days I might sit down and try my hand at it. If I ever get myself time. I think the closest thing I get to that is painting sort of little WoW models.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a slightly different skill, but I feel like it's a similar kind of like over time kind of development of a skill.
Sure. What's your army of choice?
Ooh, I'm a bit of a bastard and pick up things I like the look of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the closest thing to armies I've got is I've got a bunch of Death Guard, some of which are painted and built, some of which are still in the box. Painted them in kind of Heresy era colours because I love that period.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, I've been getting some more Horus Heresy stuff. The Solar Auxilia forces, which are like really well-armoured human beings, but they're still just human beings who are probably not going to last 5 minutes. However, the models are beautiful, but they're not painted. So I at least will look good whilst being mincemeated by bolter fire. So those are the big ones. Other than that, a while back I got hold of a box that had 2 knights in it. So I built up 2 knights in kind of the colours of House Griffith, which is like a bone white kind of colour.
Okay.
Really difficult to do over a large surface. I don't remember how long it took me to do it, but I've never attempted it since. Because there's such big models, and trying to store them was a nightmare.
Yeah, I feel that. I am Necrons
Ooh.
till I die and come back with resurrection protocols. I'll have to send you a picture of all mine because I got a funny new shelf for all of them.
Ooh, yes, please do. Absolutely. I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
So, since my time, I've got like a big old carry case I've stuck them in that is the only way I've ever store them. It's like magnetic trade ones just to
Yeah.
get some of it away.
Like I'm so happy we're getting that new kill team though.
Oh, yes.
I have been starving for new Necron stuff.
They deserve so much more. I will always say this: the Necrons deserve way more. They are one of the coolest factions, and they just are. The aesthetic is peak. I love me a good undead Egyptian aesthetic.
Yeah, like fucking like James Workshop thought that we would all be happy if here's Emotech, we gave him a new model. You guys like that, right? And we're like, no, give us more stuff.
Or give me more funny constructs. Give me that. If they put stuff in plastic, give me that big old the big Knoptech they've got, that night-sized thing. Give me that in plastic.
Yeah.
If I ever got one, I would. Have you read the Twice Dead King?
No, I haven't.
There's one in that's been dressed up by flayers and worshipped. Oh, I would make that thing. Because the way it's described, it's horrifying, and I love it.
Yeah. Dude, put fucking Xandric and Oberyn in plastic. That's what I want.
Oh, you've got one of them, but not the other one. Like, what they're doing. Oh, never saw Xandric. Yeah, no, it's good. Why aren't they in plastic?
Yeah, I have their models and they're in resin and I fucking hate them because resin sucks. Also, they're way smaller than Emotech is now because they decided to make Emotech massive.
Yeah, I'm just embiggen this man. Like, the Silent King, I get him being big, but why enough to be just juice up Emotech? I wasn't aware the Necrons had trend.
Yeah. Yeah, I want my dementia-riddled grandfather and his husband. I need them in plastic now.
Absolutely. We need a gallivanting, blarping Necron who thinks he's still flesh, but sometimes doesn't, with his absolute brick shithouse of a bodyguard. Who, I don't know how they built him so big, but my word.
Yeah. His rules are so funny, too, because he can just fucking teleport to Xandric just, like, whenever.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see some shenanigans of that. God, they are... Honestly, the Necrons, they need more, they're just too... If I had to be honest, them and the Tyranids, they built them both up as this massive threat and did nothing with them. But
they're like...
have
yeah.
ancient empire that can take out entire galaxy. And nightmare fuel from out of intergalactic space. Go wild with both of them, please.
But yeah, no, they're like we give them we give them a range refresh in the new editions, and that's all we're gonna do with them. They say as they make their 80th like Space Marine captain model.
Man, they've just remade Mark II Marines in Paris Heresy.
Yeah.
And added a new kind of dreadnought. In case your dreadnought wasn't big enough, here's one that's gonna be the size of a knight.
It's like they made Redemptor dreads already. Those are like fine. We don't need any more of those.
Just bigger dreadnought, I guess. Well, the Eldar haven't had updates. Well, they finally had one, but speaking of factions, I could have done one them sooner.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, my poor Dark Eldar.
You know what? No, I don't feel bad for the Dark Eldar. All my homies hate Dark Eldar.
They hate each other too.
Yeah.
It works. It tracks.
Also, rest in piss to Harlequins.
Ah, the Harlequins. I've tried painting some. That's my greatest challenge.
Yeah.
But they're so cool. I love my stupid little elf clowns of death.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Oh, speaking of elite armies that are mostly in resin, fucking, when are we getting more Custody stuff?
Oh.
I think I have almost the entire, like, Custodes range, and it's, like, 4 different, like, sets of models.
Yeah. They teased something for them. And I just sat there thinking, if you make those dreadnoughts in plastic, I might break. Get
I have 2,500 points of Custodes, and it's all just fucking warriors and the stupid jet bikes.
Yeah. The other jump pack guys are supposed to be brought over heresy. Give them plastic. Give them all plastic. Give them.
Yeah.
Or their tank. Or that insanely expensive flyer of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
The Oberon, I think.
Something like that. Yeah.
I think of the two Dreadnought styles, that Telemon in plastic beads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still have them, they're just, the basement somewhere, snoozing.
Yeah. In a Forge World box collecting dust.
Yep. When they could be beautiful plastic, they actually use them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, we've got the 40k topic, we'll be here all day.
I mean, look, there are worse things to be yapping about. I'll say that.
Oh, true. Very true. Very true. Didn't bother to drink down.
But yeah, if you are, I always feel like an ungrateful like host. But if you feel like you have said everything you wanted to say, you are welcome to check out whenever you feel like it. Obviously, we can keep talking 40k if you want, but I shan't keep you if you don't want to be.
No, it's alright. So I'm there thinking, am I keeping him? Oh no. So you've got someone else coming soon, haven't you? Or is that all the extra hours was for to call you?
That's gonna be at 3, so there is not literally zero rush.
Oh, that's good. There, I was worried that someone was waiting on me. I was like, oh no. I feel terrible. No, that's...
No.
I shan't keep you. I know what I'm like. If I get on the wrong topic of 40k, I will tear your ears off of this. You'll get very sick of me very quickly. But no, thank you very much for having me. I'm loving the art of Liban.
Yeah. Thank you for coming on. This is a very kind favor you've extended to me.
Oh, thank you. Oh, very kind. Thank you very much. I'd say it's very kind of you as well for having me on the show and trusting me on your open mic.
Yep.
I may sound terrible, but no, I'm not going to do you dirty like that. But no, thank you very much.
Yep.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
By all means, if you want to reach out ever again, my DMs are open. You know where to find me anytime.
Speaking of, where can for the VOD mainly, where can the people find you?
So, for anyone who wants to find me in my little corner, you can find me over on Twitch, Baranzar Cobral. I'm also on YouTube. I have my Baranzar Cobral live channel, where I live stream on YouTube as well, in case you don't like Twitch live. And I have the main channel where I upload my inner thoughts expunged just onto a screen for your amusement. I'm also on the Hell sites, Twitter and Blue Sky, in case you want to find me there and say hi. Don't know why you would, but if you do for some reason, I'm on them. But yeah, that's where you can find them all.
Well,
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for coming on.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yep. Okay. Just gonna save this on here. Don't look at my files, please.
I'm not looking right now. Don't worry.
I was talking to them to the vassals, to my chat. .png. Hopefully this isn't too big of a stupid file for Discord, because I'm not paying for Nitro. Aha! There we go. Bam. Alright.
Beautiful.
Alright.
Good piece.
Yep. Be well. Have a good one. Is it? I think it's what? Is it nighttime for you right now? I don't know how time zones work.
4:10 in the evening for me.
Okay.
Time to grab some food.
Yeah. Get your scran on, or whatever you Brits say.
Don't give me the British slang. I'll keep you on that one for a while. Thank you very much for having me.
Yep.
I'll see myself out. Thank you. Bye bye.
Peace out. I will let him go on here. Okay, collab is over. We still have 4 hours until Kit comes on. I think I'm going to... fuck it. I'll just send you guys over to somebody else. I should have just, like, not... The idea of a marathon is kind of crazy. Plus, I'm, like, kind of... I'm hungry, and I don't want to, like, leave you guys on a, like, see you soon screen. Who can I send y'all to? Mooney! She's playing, Nuzlocke right now of Pokemon, so, yeah, so I'm gonna send you over to her. So, that is something that is happening. Be nice to Mooney. Stick around for just a little bit, and you know all that.